So number one is that you ensure that you remove excess suckers. So there are suckers that come up before it touches the wire from the grafting ground. So this area we don't need any suckers. So you have to remove the excess suckers, like these ones. This one. So mostly we call it pruning. So you can prune and then remove like the leaves also. You can remove the leaves. And there are tools that you can use. You don't have to use the hearts like I'm using. So you can use a sharp knife or a scissors. So those are two tools that we use for pruning mostly. So this is a very important part where you remove all those suckers until it touches the wire. So 30 centimeters above or 30 centimeters to the wire, you have to remove. You don't have to remove the suckers. So now you can let them grow. So the fruits which are here, sometimes people say you can remove, but to me I don't prefer removing because it's part of your profit. So you don't have to remove the fruits because you're gonna be enjoying the fruits or the profit as you are growing. So but some people say for faster growth or to accelerate the growth you have to remove the fruits, but for me I just leave them there. So the next part which is important is this part. This is a very important part. If you want to prevent your passion fruit from diseases or from being affected by diseases, you have to prevent this part. You have to avoid that. This part should not be covered with soil. So you have to prevent the soil from covering this part. So and if it is covered, you have to remove the soil. And some of the diseases is that we have 3 types of diseases which affect this part or which come from affection of this part. So we have number one, we have they are named after the parts they affect. So number one, we have a root disease. So a root disease is where you find like the plant has dried up, but not from above but from below, from the roots. That means the disease got inside through this part and then spread down to the roots, so causing the plant to dry off. Then also we have the other disease which get through the same part, but now it affects the leaves. So you might find like your crop is growing very well, but at some point it starts shedding off all the leaves. You find like your plant is okay, but there is no leaves. So that is because the disease entered through this point and affected the leaves. And now the third one, that disease is where it gets through this and now it affects the stem. And if it affects the stem, is also a bad thing because it dries off. There is no way you can prevent that from drying off. So if you find like if the stems, the roots and the stem are affected, you can uproot that passion fruit and then plant another one. But if you find its leaves, you have to remove all the leaves and then you have to remove the soil which covers this part. And those are the most important areas that I would like to cover today. So thank you for watching and share with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe.